Today we're going to create this pattern using Rhino. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go to the rectangle tool and we will draw a simple square in the size of the grid. Make sure that grid snap is activated so you can easily select these squares. Then we will divide this square into 4 equal parts. Make sure that middle point is activated and all snap is activated too, so you can use these options. Now we will divide this 2 squares into 4 equal parts. To do that, we're going to go to line and we will draw a triangle. Now we will create this line from here and another line from here. We need to join these 2 lines together and we're gonna delete those lines. Now we have 4 equal parts. We need to divide this part into 4 columns. To do that, we're gonna go to circle and we will draw 2 circles. And we will draw a line like this. Then we're gonna draw another line like this one. We're gonna delete these 2 circles and we're gonna do the same thing again. And we're gonna go to transform mirror and we just do another mirror from this X. And we're gonna select these 2 lines and we go to do another transform from this point and select these 3 lines and we repeat the same thing. Now you're gonna count 3 lines, then you're gonna change this line layer and this one too. And from the other side, 1, 2, 3, and you're gonna change this one and this one. Now you're gonna select all of these lines and we create a copy. And we will set the rotation to 90 degrees. So you can have this grid. Now we go to this side and we choose the circle and we create a circle like this one. Now we create another circle inside the first one like this. You select those 2 circles and you go to transform mirror and you do a mirror from this X and another mirror from this X. Now we select all of these circles and do the same thing, transform mirror from this X and another one from this X until you have this grid. Now we will draw a diagonal line from this point and we will select it and go to curve and offset curve. Make sure that the distance is 50 and we will create 2 lines from each side. And we will do the same thing, but the distance will change it to 25. Now we will select these 4 lines and we will go to transform and polar array. The center of the polar array will be the center of the square and the number of items will be 8 and we hit enter. So we will have this shape like this. Now we will create a line from this point to this point. I'm going to select it and go to curve and offset curve to create two lines like this. And we're going to do the same thing, but the distance will be 50. Oops. From this line like this. All right. We're going to select this square and we will go to curve, extend curve, and select the curves from this side and from this side too, and we hit enter. Now we're going to select these 4 lines and we will go to transform and polar array from the center and we hit enter. Now we're going to select this square and we will go to curve and extend curve and we will extend each of these lines. We continue by drawing another line from this point to this point. Now we select this line and we go for an offset curve. Make sure that the distance equals 25 and we create a line for each side. We repeat the same thing, but we change the distance to 50. Now we select the square and we go for an extend curve and we select these curves. We hit enter. Now we're going to select all of these curves and this one too. We go for transform and polar array from the center of the square. Make sure that the number of items equals to 8 and we hit enter. Now our grid is fully completed. We need to extract the shapes. Now we need to define the shapes. The first thing we're going to do is changing the layer by double clicking on it, and the layer should have a different color so you can see the shapes. Then we go to drafting to use the edge tool. Now we're going to select the boundaries for our first shape like this. Now we're going to go to edge tool and we're going to select all of the area, the surface of the shape, and we click on enter. We missed one here, so we're going to repeat the same thing again and we just add this piece and we click OK. So now I will let you focus on the shapes and I see you in the next video. As you see, we completed our pattern. Now we can hide those construction lines and we can add those to the first layer by selecting them and selecting the first layer. Now we select all of this and we move it to this place. As you see, we have here the grid and here the pattern. I hope you enjoyed the video and I'll see you in the next video tutorial.